Hey guys, what all real estate agents do wrong. I got 5 tips for you guys today that I've written down. This is a demographic and this is a niche that we get a lot of questions from online. I want to go through 5 pro tips on how to take a real estate agent's marketing to the next level, both online and in person. Let's get this episode going. Guys, my name is VanderMeer and I make marketing tip videos right here on LinkedIn. Hit that subscribe button and I promise you won't regret it. I try to create and correct and we try to put out these marketing tip videos every single day. All right, I said this already, but real estate agents ask me a lot of questions of how to take their marketing to the next level. And I see the same mistakes getting made all of the time, pretty much across the board. So I needed to make this video to get some of my tips across on how to improve your marketing presence, both online as well as in person. Number 1, every single real estate agent out there that's trying to get going does one thing, one pro tip. If you take anything from this episode, listen to this one tip. You always only post about your listings. For me, that's counterproductive because most of the clients, most of the audience that you have that's already looking for homes already gets your MLS, already gets your listing emails. They're signed up for that email list as they're looking for new properties, as they're looking to buy and they're looking to sell. So don't post every single post about the properties that you've listed, the properties that you've sold. It can have its place. However, what's more important is that you put yourself out there, that your audience gets to know you. So that brings me to tip number 2, that goes with the authenticity at a high level. A lot of real estate agents, almost all of them, are not in their own content. Maybe you see that one photo of you standing beside your sign when you just sold a home, but that is not allowing your audience to get to know you on a personal level. When we used to develop relationships, real estate agents have always been really good at networking person to person, developing relationships, getting out to events. And now online, you have to do the same thing. Get into groups, get content out that presents your story, tell people about your process and how you go about doing that. Tell tips, talk about where you live, talk about different areas within your city, within your niche, with whatever product category that you offer. But talk about yourself and be in your own content. To talk about kind of both tips so far together, I have this example that I always use. Rather than just posting a picture of yourself with a new listing or when that sold sign goes up, get into the new listing that you have and categorize one amazing, unique item about that home. I always say that those cool new taps where you tap the tap and the water automatically comes. If a listing that you have has that, a lot of people haven't seen or learned about that before. So get into that new listing and just say, listen, this brand new listing I just have has a brand new feature. It's really, really cool. Come take a look. Go on a Facebook Live, go on an Instagram story, tap that tap, show it turning on right away, and tell people to come out and take a look. That's how you're going to get in front of them. It's not just about the product that you're offering. All right, now tip number 3, and this builds on the other 2 as well, and we've talked a lot about building content so far on your social media channels, whichever one you choose, but now I'm going to talk about the center, where people are going to go, the center of your content map, which is your website. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of real estate agents make is they don't build their personal brand up and they don't build a brand or a website that's focused on them. They use the typical kind of cookie cutter website that comes from the real estate agencies and they don't build something themselves. And that has a couple issues that come with it. Obviously, the one that comes from the agency is well built and it looks nice, but it's very cookie cutter. It doesn't allow you to stand out. And one of the other features that comes with that is you're not building an authority for your own domain. You're building authority for that domain of the site that's given to you. So getting your own domain, focusing on yourself, do what law agencies and your accountants have done for hundreds of years. Brand yourself with your name, with your personal brand, and build a website and get a domain that reflects that. Once that new website's put into place, whether you build it yourself or you have someone else build it, make sure that it loads quick. Load speed is a huge component of SEO, as well as make sure you finish that on-site SEO, your meta descriptions, your alt text, your tags. Make sure that's all put in place before that website gets launched. Then launch it, get it out there. Remember that that's now the center of your content map. As you're diverting all of your content, you're getting people to get to your website where you control all of the information, where you can put those listings, where you can get some different people to submit through. The website allows you to do one really cool thing after you have all that on-site SEO set up. It allows you to do search engine ads, finding people that are looking actively to buy or sell a home to your website. So again, it has to be professional. You want to stand out, you want to stand above the noise, and then it allows you to find people and run those ads, finding people in the market today. Not people, all your other content on social, everywhere else with your audience. You're relying on timing. You're staying top of mind until the time is right for them to call you to make that move, to call you and reach out to you. But the people that are already through that cycle, that are looking actively, are going to be doing Google searches for that new agent, for those homes. So running those search engine ads is vital to finding that new work, to getting those new leads. Tip number 4, stand out above the noise. And that's on all platforms, whether we're talking about your social media or your website. And I get this question all the time. They say, Jared, do I need professional photos? Do I need professional videos for my brand, for my listings? And the answer is yes and no. The reason I say yes and no is simple. Having those amazing shots, having those amazing videos is great. However, you still have to be authentic. And a lot of times your iPhone with that 4K camera can do a lot of power with your personal brand. You can do that Instagram story, you can do that Facebook Live. You can go out about the process of making that happen, and you still are going to stand out. There's a couple apps that I use that can help you out. One is ProCam. ProCam is a fantastic way to take the camera on your phone to the next level. So get out there, find a couple of those features, edit your photos. With your iPhone, you can do a lot. You can take those listing photos, you can turn them to the next level. You just have to find a way to boost some of those values and some of that light to make those rooms look amazing. Tip number 5. This is my pet peeve. This tip, I'm gonna get into it a little bit because this is a pet peeve of mine. And that is because open houses have less value now than they ever have before. A lot of real estate agents, a lot of the people that I see go out there and run these open houses, they're spending $500, they're spending $1,000, they're spending a lot of money to put out those signs, to buy those signs, to try to buy donuts and coffee and have people come out to an open house just based on people that are driving by. And then they have that open house and 3 people show up in the whole 5 hours. So open houses have less of a place now than they ever have before. What I want you to do is I want you to take a different approach. I want you to take that $500 to $1,000 you were going to dedicate to that open house, and I want you to shoot a video yourself talking about the unique features of that home and then boost that video specifically for that home. That $500 to $1,000 is going to get you 15,000, 20,000 impressions on your platform of choice. That's going to make a difference. More people are going to see your personal brand. More people are going to see that product than running that specific open house. I get there's a point to having an open house where some people are driving by looking in that area. Maybe they want to stop in and you're throwing that dart at the dartboard hoping that somebody is going to come through the door. You can still do 1 or 2, but implement it, put the money into those online ads. It's going to get your brand out further. It's going to extend your reach. And in time, it's going to build that audience. That audience is going to be your brand. It's going to be your business and your connections for the decades to come. So do that. If you take anything after that first tip from this episode, that's number 2. It's a pet peeve of mine. All right, and lastly, tip number 6. Get ready for it. You've heard it in my other videos. If you sell, you lose, and sell more by selling less. Do not make any content where you're actively selling your audience. Sales messages are getting skipped over faster than ever before. Everybody's learned to scroll through their feeds and skip right past those sales messages. So you have to give value. How do you do that? Those are the things I already talked about. Talking about unique features of homes, talking about trends and colors of homes in the year of choice. Talk about the different things and why a house floor plan is laid out the way it is, how many bedrooms are required for specific items, how big backyards are, and how property value and landscaping makes a difference for the value of your home. Talk about things that are going to inspire your audience to see you as a subject matter expert. That's going to make a difference in keeping your business top of mind and making sure all of that time you're putting into your online presence isn't getting skipped over. It isn't going to waste. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I don't want to go too much more into it. I think I'm going to start ranting again. So I'm going to close it out here. My name is Jared VanderMeer. I make these marketing tip videos on YouTube, and I keep trying to make these every single day. So hit up the comments below, hit that subscribe button. Tell me what I did good, tell me what I did bad. I want to create and correct. I want to offer more value to you guys. That's it for now.